We all know flowers are beautiful to look at and most of them smell good, but did you know that you can actually eat some flowers? For this week's Homegrown series, I went to Crabtree Farms in Chattanooga. That is where they harvest edible flowers and supply them to some local restaurants. Take a look. Today at Crabtree Farms, we're learning all about the art of edible flowers, from when to grow them to how to serve them. Andy Boyd is the greenhouse assistant here at Crabtree. My first question, what's the reaction when people find out about edible flowers?
They find it surprising that we're growing and selling and making money off of these unusual, less common crops.
Andy shows me a few popular varieties in season right now.
But here in the front, there are some white and purple sweet alyssum, which is an annual flower, really easy to start from seed, but it's also common in garden centers.
These have a mild flavor, good for garnishing dishes.
It can be sprinkled on almost any kind of dish, whether it's an entree, salad, soup, or drinks and desserts.
It's a great edible flower for beginners. It grows well in the spring and summer, and you can start your seed indoors if you would like. Here's another one of Andy's favorites.
Nasturtiums.
These are annuals. They like mild temperatures, so they're usually best to start in the spring or fall.
The whole thing can be edible like this, or you can pick off the petals and use it as a garnishing piece.
The flavor is a bit more powerful.
Both the leaves and the flowers are a bit peppery and spicy, which can add a really cool dynamic to your food and dishes.
And that brings us to one of my favorites, marigolds. They're beautiful, but more importantly, easy to grow.
You can basically butcher and break open this flower and pick out individual petals like this that can then be sprinkled onto a dish.
For a pop of color and aroma, try lavender.
If you get a really nice stalk of flowers, that whole piece can be used on a dish, or the individual tiny purple flowers can be gently picked out and sprinkled, almost like glitter.
Another benefit to edible flowers, they attract pollinators, which means more fruit and vegetables will form. And just like with produce, Crabtree actually sends out edible flowers to local restaurants. Kalina Goldsworthy is the assistant general manager for the Flying Squirrel. It's a farm-to-table restaurant in Chattanooga. She sits down with us to share how they use the edible flowers, from toppings on salads to accenting signature cocktails. They each serve a unique purpose.
When you have garnishes, you always want it to be serving a purpose, either visually, aromatically, or something that you can taste.
And don't forget about the pleasing look of edible flowers. It's an easy topping for things like cupcakes.
It's beautiful, and I think that it makes it even more special knowing that it's something that came and grew here in Chattanooga.
Pretty neat. Again, you can check out those recipes at the Flying Squirrel, and you can see our Homegrown series every Sunday morning at 6 and 8 a.m. here on News Channel 9.